This is one of the biggest changes in the financial industry in the last 5 years. The US government has approved stablecoins. Why does it matter? It isn't just about crypto, it's about everybody's finances. It's about the whole structure of the financial industry. Let me explain, make sure you understand, because it really does change everything. First of all, what is a stablecoin? Well, just think that when we use payments across the world, we send dollars, we send it by a SWIFT system normally. It takes a period of time, often to send money to another country, and it's super expensive. It's slow and it's expensive. Transferring money digitally, of course, is instant. And not only that, it's super effective for everybody. It helps the banks, it helps individuals, it helps companies. It's massive savings for the whole of the world. So just think, what is a stable coin? Well, think in dollar terms just for a start, because they've legalized it. I believe that every country will follow America and legalize stable coins. So what you have is a bank in America has to have approval for 2026. Let's say it's JP Morgan, because they're going to have a coin, and that coin reflects $1. Why would they do that? Well, $1 or one token, if you want to call it a token or a stable coin, is always backed by the dollar in reserve. So in other words, it's 1 to 1. Okay, you can transfer it country to country, provided you're using a digital platform free of charge or very inexpensively. Why would JP Morgan do that? Well, they can take the dollars and they can invest in treasury bills. They can be making 2% on your money. So just think, it could be more, 3% they could be making on your money. Massive for them, but massive for the public, because all of a sudden, digital payments really can be done effectively and super fast. Big change. Okay, why again is it important? Well, if you have the digitalization of currencies, you also have the digitalization logically of shares and other assets. De Vere will be, as ever, on the cutting edge. We'll be making sure we're in this market and being able to help people make payments, but also invest digitally, save money, and do it faster. Got to be good for everybody. I'm sure you'll agree. What's the negative? Well, you've got to know who's issuing the coin. In other words, have they really got the reserves? That's why America has put through the Genius Act, which, in other words, gives some regulations so that you have to have a license to be able to issue that stable coin. It is big. Will it affect Bitcoin? Well, yes, potentially, because the more people use digital assets, potentially the more people buy Bitcoin. But really, it's just changing the whole way that people transfer money. I promise you, it's going to make a massive difference over the next 2, 3 years. De Vere's going to be in that market. Make sure you follow, keep up to date, and I'll tell you who's going to be able to take advantage of stable coins, as well as the public and as well as companies. Keep subscribing. Make sure you get the information. If you've got an edge, you've got the knowledge, and guess what? You can make more money than the average person.